Okay, so now we need to draw a parse tree and write a leftmost derivation for this statement or sentence here. So when we're doing a derivation, we have to start from the start symbol, and if the start symbol is not explicitly denoted, it's always the first non-terminal that's listed. So in this case, A is our start symbol. So our derivation starts with A, and that's also the root of our parse tree. So at every step of the derivation, we choose one non-terminal to expand using the rules of our grammar. And since we only have one non-terminal here, we really only have one non-terminal that we can expand. And because there's only one rule for that non-terminal, that's the rule that we have to use. So we have to expand A to V equals E using this rule right here. So A becomes V equals E, and at the same time we can build the parse tree over on the right. So in expanding A to V equals E, V equals and E are added as subchildren. So these two are non-terminals and will later get expanded themselves, and then the equals is a terminal that will not be expanded. So now we have two non-terminals that we need to expand, so we need to choose which one we want to expand, and because we're told that we're doing a leftmost derivation, that means we need to expand the leftmost one first. So that means we need to expand the V. Because we know that we're trying to get an X over here, we know that we need to expand by the V arrow X production, which is not explicitly written here, but is implied by the ellipsis here. So the next step in the derivation is X equals E, and over on the parse tree side, we have X as a new subchild of V. All right, so now we can expand this E, and now we reach a point where we kind of have a decision to make. We need to choose whether to expand using this production or this production, so the caret production or the tilde production. And you'll notice that there's both a tilde and a caret in this sentence, and so this is really kind of looking forward to the next question where we're asking about ambiguity, and this is really kind of the reason why this is ambiguous, because we could choose either of them here and we'd end up with a valid parse tree. So just for the sake of matching my predefined solution, I will go ahead and just arbitrarily choose to expand the tilde first, and then we'll do the caret for problem number 5. So I'm going to go ahead and expand this using the tilde here. So that means that this becomes E tilde E, and these are all children of that E. Okay, so now we have two non-terminals to expand again. We choose the leftmost one, this is E, and now you can see that we really just need to get down to an A, and we can't do it immediately because there's no production that says E arrow A, and so we have to use this one here, which says that E can be expanded to a V, and then we can get V expanded to an A. So we have to do this in 2 steps. So V tilde E, and then A tilde E. And so what that means here on the parse tree side is that we have a V here and then we have an A. All right, so now we need to expand this E, and that's how we get the caret. So looking back up here, we can use this production. And now we have A tilde E caret E. And then on the parse tree side, we have an E caret E, and all of those are children of this E, which we just expanded. So you can sort of see how we're building both of these at the same time, right? So the derivation is here, the parse tree is here, but they're equivalent in some sense because they encode the same information. And now hopefully you can see that we have the same basic form that we need for a sentence, and so we just need to drill this down for a couple more steps. So we need to take this down to a V, and then eventually a B, and then we can take, and I'm just kind of moving through this pretty quickly. All right, so that was pretty straightforward, and over on this side, what we did is we put a V underneath each of these, and then the actual terminal that it expands to.